So this is the Fontana Hilton. It's one of the nicest shelters on the trail. I'll show you around. So this is the inside of the shelter. Garbage cans, picnic tables. You can actually charge stuff here. They have a solar thing. Nice, I think this might be a water spigot. There's a really nice view. This shelter actually has bathrooms, and there are showers inside with hot running water. Coming up to the Fontana Dam here. Whoa, that goes down really far. This is the visitor center for the Fontana Dam. This is a very tall dam. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We are required to you're required to get a permit here, so it's $20. You do it online and print it out, and then you have to put in the bottom half of it in this little box up here. So we're gonna be heading to a campsite tonight at I think it's 4.5 miles in. Storming in the Smokies. Windy and rainy, but it's still dry. So I left Birch Gap shelter really late today, around 1, or Birch Gap campsite. A lot of people got sick last night. There were like 6 people that got sick in the middle of the night. I was one of them. So just like very little energy in the morning. Kind of just slept, like I can barely, very little appetite, so I'm barely getting anything down. So I'm just hiking 5 miles to the next shelter, very slowly, but I should make it in time, and hopefully it'll be better in the morning. Just gotta rest a lot, take it easy. I think I'd encounter some horses here. That's really cool. Yeah, sure.
That's a little spooky. Well, both of them are.
Okay. So I'm about 5 miles from Derrick Knob Shelter, which is where I'm spending the night tonight, and I just stopped to take a little rest here. There's a really nice view here, and it's nice soft grass. So I'm taking a rest, having a little food. I'm feeling a little better. My fever broke last night, and then this morning I had a little more appetite, a little more energy, but still not 100%. But I'm on the right track, so that's promising. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be in better shape. So I'm about to leave Derrick Knob Shelter. This is the 3rd day of the sickness, and I'm feeling a decent amount better. I actually had a full breakfast today, which is the first time I've had a full meal since I've been sick. So the appetite, that's the main thing. I feel fine. It's really just that right now. So I feel like tomorrow I'll be back in my full game. So yesterday, about 2 miles from the shelter, my shoelace broke on these shoes. It kind of came apart here. This is inside the Derrick Knob Shelter in the Smokies. Has a fire pit. There's 2 levels here. There's a nice tarp here to stop the wind. And then outside, there's this area, fire pit. And this is just a view from the outside. In the Smokies, you have to stay in the shelters unless they're full. So my right foot started bothering me today. I don't know what the piece is called, but whatever the lengthwise piece that is on the inner part of your foot, that's always been a little more sore than my left foot thus far, but today it started bothering me to the point where I'm kind of favoring that. So I'll see how I feel tomorrow as I start hiking. So I'm trying to get cell service so I can get in touch with whoever takes care of the permits for the Smokies. The Thru-Hiker permit that I got, it gives you have to get through the park in 7 nights, 8 days. So based on my sickness and now my foot, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it in that amount of time. Based on this point, I'd have to do roughly about 12 miles a day. So I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow, but I'm going to find out what my options are. I also might stop in the town of Gatlinburg, which I wasn't originally planning on doing. Gatlinburg, Tennessee is, I'd be crossing that road tomorrow, so I'm going to call and find out what I need to do. I also had my first bear encounter while hiking the other day. It was very uneventful, but basically he or she was probably a few hundred feet away from me, and once he heard me, just kind of ran away, but ran fast. So I'm going to do a little tour of what the bathroom looks like out here. So some of the shelters have what's called a privy, which is this facility here, and it's basically just go in and there's a toilet, and you just do your stuff there, toilet paper, put it down, and you throw a handful of leaves in there, and then it decomposes. If there's not a privy, you dig a hole and go in the woods. So this is Klingsman Dome. I believe it's the highest point on the AT. I'm gonna go walk up it now. So I'm at Klingsman Dome right now, and unfortunately it's very cloudy, so there's really no views here. But it is the highest point on the AT, 6,643 feet, I believe. Yeah, 6643. So yeah, nice cloudy day today. This is what the trail looks like after Klingsman's Dome in the Smokies. I like all the green here. It's a nice change of scenery from before the Smokies. So, update on that stomach virus that I had. I'm doing a lot better. I had a full dinner last night, a full breakfast this morning. So I have a lot of my appetite back. So that's, like, I feel fine. It's just the appetite that still has got a little more way to go. But I'm doing really well. And then as far as my foot, my arch. So I was talking to someone who knows a little bit more about feet than I do, and he looked at my foot and he's like, oh, you got a high arch. And then he looked at my insoles and he was like, those aren't good for high arches. So that would explain why my arch on my right foot's been hurting. So I wasn't planning on stopping in Gatlinburg, which is coming up in about 4 miles, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. But I'm going to need to stop there to get new shoes and new insoles. And these shoes are about worn out, so I'm due for them anyway. But I'm not going to be able to make it like this to the next town after Gatlinburg. So I'm heading in right now and probably hitch into town and get a room, and then take care of this tonight or tomorrow. And then I'll also have a chance to catch up on calories that I've missed from being sick, and then should get back on the trail tomorrow and be all good to go. Newfound Gap, going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. This is temporarily try and get by until I could get to the store and get better insoles to support my arch. But one of the guys I met in the trail, he's doing a section hike, he's a chiropractor, Jason I believe his name was, he put some, I think it's called KT tape on, and then my friend Rocketeer recommended I just kind of cut a bandana up and tape it there to give a little more support. So I tried it, I think it might have helped a little bit, but it still was bothering me pretty bad in the hike. So I'm in town, Gatlinburg right now, and I'm gonna get some shoes and insoles. This is Charlie's Bunion in the Smokies. Nice view. Lucky it didn't get foggy. So I'm about 8 miles from Newfound Gap, which is the road intersection for Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Just wanted to give an update on Gatlinburg, where I spent the night 2 nights ago. So I got new shoes. I got the XA Pro 3Ds that I got recommended by some people saying they're good for high arches and they last a while. So I do feel I'm using my insoles I had in my old shoes, which were Superfeet greens, which I think are the highest arch Superfeet ones. And I do feel more support here. So I'm going to see how they go, and I might end up buying, I got recommended these sole inserts, which I couldn't find in Gatlinburg, but those are supposed to be really good for high arches. So I'll probably try those if these don't work. But so far they definitely feel better than before, so I'm happy, and the shoes are working out. Nothing bothering me yet on them. I also had my first hitching experience on my own going into Gatlinburg. It was really easy actually. Got off the trail, and then there's this car parked right on the side, and these two college girls say, "Hey, do you know the trails around here?" So I was like, "Yeah." They were looking for some way to drive somewhere, and it wasn't possible. So I just asked if they were going toward Gatlinburg, and they happened to be. So I asked if they could give me a ride, and they did. So that worked out great. And then in Gatlinburg, stayed at the Motel 6, which was good. I'd recommend that place. So they didn't have shampoo, but we found some in the hiker box. They were out. I had dinner at this all-you-can-eat pizza place. Pizza was okay, not the greatest. But then breakfast at this place called Crockett's, which was really, really good. I got these buckwheat pancakes. It was delicious, so I'd recommend that. And then my friend Rocketeer found a ride on the way back, Dexter, so thank you, Dexter, for that. So, yeah, there's a saying that the trail provides, and it has been. I'm feeling a lot better now, and doing a 12-mile day today. So just left Great Smoky Mountain National Park at Davenport Gap. That's the road right here. And moving on right now to, in about 3 miles, there's a hostel called Standing Bear, and they have a resupply there, pizza. So I'm going to stop there just for a bit and then continue on to the shelter for the night, which will be about 10 or 11 from the last shelter I was at. This is Standing Bear Hostel. They had a pizza here, and then you can resupply in there. They have a pretty good resupply. Chill place, kitchen. So this is the top. This is the top of Snowbird Mountain, and there's what looks like a VOR, which is an aircraft navigational, radio navigational aid on the top of this mountain. So really cool that I get to see one of these in person. Nice clear day. Just a few more miles downhill to the shelter for the night. So I'm stopping here for lunch right now. Some people camped here last night. We didn't make it that far, but this would be a great place to set up camp. Pretty sweet. It's a nice sight when you're heading down the trail and you come across a town. So this is Hot Springs, North Carolina. It's at about mile 270, 275, something like that. And it's day 32 on the trail right now. So we're a month in so far. This town's nice because you don't have to get a ride to it. The trail goes pretty much right through it. So I'm going to take a zero here. So I'll be spending 2 nights. We're going to be camping actually in campsites at the Hot Springs Resort and Spa. It's $30 for a night. You can have up to 5 people there. And then there's a shower that comes with that. Then after that, I'm going to be spending some time, maybe about 4 days I'm planning, with family in Asheville. So I'll be off the trail for probably a week at this point, but excited for the break, and then excited to get back on after that. I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that up until Hot Springs, half the people who have started the trail no longer are in it. So they just decided it wasn't for them or whatever reason, but thought that was interesting. So this is the campground we're staying at. There's a lot of RVs here. They have some cabins also, but we've got my tent set up. It has a picnic table, fire pit. That's Samwise's hammock and Rocketeer's tent. So 2 nights here. Hot Springs is a nice little town. I just learned that it only has 500 to 700 people in it, so it's quite tiny, especially when it's not hiker season. Also, I mentioned like a week or so ago, after those really cold nights, I had some extra gear mailed to me. So I didn't end up really needing any of it because we had some pretty mild weather in the Smokies. So it's been really nice now. So I'm actually going to be sending that gear back and kind of doing a season switch out here. So I'll be getting some like short sleeve clothes, and I should be able to cut down quite a few pounds out of my base weight. So I'm looking forward to finding out what that is after I do all this switching out.
Something Tavern. This is the AT.
$1 you won't finish it.
Enjoy that.
$1.
You finish that, you got an easy comment.
If you're in Hot Springs, come to this place right here. Really nice guys, and they have free breakfast and free hot dogs for dinner. They have eggs and sausage and coffee, juice, so they're doing a really good thing, and so thank you very much. And also, great place to just hang out, couches, chat. I just spent a few hours there in the morning hanging out. This bridge is quite the unstable one. Top of a caboose right now. Hey! Hiker photo.
Left, right.
Somebody catch.